If you're a beginner gardener and you're looking at what vegetables to actually plant in your little room that you have, well, this is what you need. So the first vegetable or fruit that actually produces a lot per square meter or per room you have is beans. Beans produce a lot, a lot. This one is just harvested and it already has 10 other beans on it that I might be able to harvest. Literally a couple of days ago I harvested this plant with 20 beans, and already I might be able to pick 10 other beans again. Over here, probably pretty soon 20 beans again. Over here, the same thing. They give so damn much. These beans are not even in the calculation because they start giving from September. If I will already be harvesting these, that would be another 20 extra beans every single every single half week or week or so. It's a lot. They give a lot per vegetable tub. They give a lot. I got beans over there as well, growing, and they are gonna give a lot as well. But that brings me. Wait, no. First, how do you actually sow beans? Sow them. So I got these ones. These are not yet giving beans, but the way to sow them is actually you dig the holes quite deep. Actually, you gotta read on like a package, but you dig the holes, and then you wet the holes with you wet the holes a bit. You water the holes a bit with that's your water thing, and you just wait a bit till the water is not visible anymore, and then you plant the beans and you cover them over again, and then you water them a little bit like that again. This makes them germinate a lot quicker, which, if you don't know what germination means, that is from seed to actually going out of the ground. That's germination. That germination process takes a lot less time than the time difference between these two plants. These two plants are a lot earlier, maybe a month, but these ones actually are already giving the same amount almost as these ones. So it's these ones I soak the holes first, and these ones I just plant them, water them from above only. You really need to give them water directly just before you plant them, okay? And that brings me to my second vegetable, but I don't am growing it yet because I really like beans and my pumpkins there. But if it for example isn't June or July, you might not be able to plant beans actually. But a good vegetable you can grow if you don't have beans is the humble radish. Because in radish you have actually quite a lot of varieties. You just go to your what do you call a farmer shop, and you search on the varieties of radish they have, and you just pick a variety that's resistant or that you can plant in your current season. For example, if it's summer, you pick a variety that is a bit resistant against heat because you can plant them in summer. If you want to plant radishes during fall, early winter, or even in winter maybe, if that's possible in your region, you just look at the varieties available, and then you just see, okay, in what months can I sow them? And that just indicates that the variety is able to resist a bit of the cold or heat or moderate environment of your current season. And you can actually just sow them in. They go and they give their crop in a month. So you plant them, and in a month's time you got radishes. So the way I do it then, I would do it then is sowing 4 big rows of radishes, or even 4 small rows is also possible, which means that from the point you sow the last row, you can already pick from the point you need to sow another row, you can pick the row where you need to sow. So you pick the radishes and then you sow radishes again, which is very like you get radishes every week or so by sowing them every week 1 row, and then every week you pick a row and you plant another row on that exact same spot, which makes you getting radishes a lot, like you will get a lot of radishes every single week for basically an infinite amount of time by planting different varieties or covering them with something to keep them warm. You will basically get an infinite amount of radishes for like an infinite amount of time if you want, which is just crazy. You just need to play with the varieties and stuff. You need to buy different kind of varieties during the seasons, but that's all there is to it. Next variety I have going is carrot. Carrots are actually over here. They're pretty similar to radishes, except that they take a little bit more risk. There are a little bit more diseases that can get to them, but it's nothing really to worry about. Just preferably don't pick radishes, carrots when it's windy, because then the smell of radish spreads through the air. Just don't do that, but for the rest you will be fine, I think. And you just plant them with 8 rows, except instead of 4, because they take 2 months to get ready instead of just 1 month. The funny thing is that you can wait until they are very small little carrots, and then just pick them, but then let the rest grow over to bigger carrots. So you can get a load of different varieties of size in them, which is actually pretty fun then. Just make them 8 rows or so, and then you will be fine. Just sow them every single week. The last sowing was done over here for me. No germination yet. Over here, they're germinating. But yeah, for me, they take about 1 week of germination. If you really don't have any room whatsoever for these huge vegetable tubs, you can actually go ahead and just buy some of these pots or you can just fill your pots yourself with strawberries. You can either just buy these pots directly with strawberries in, or you can pick a big enough pot, and just put the strawberries like this. I think about 4 plants are in there. I have actually no idea. And they will give loads during summer, or the variety you picked actually the difference. But you get a couple of different varieties. I got just 2 varieties over here. You got these pink flowered ones, a little pink flower, and you got these white varieties. Just pick a couple of varieties if you want. Just kind of pick them, just buy them, and they will give loads during summer. But not past that though. They're not giving really now. There's one over here, but it probably tastes a bit sour, and it's Now, the next variety of food, of vegetable you can plant, if you have more space than growing radishes or carrots, if you have a bit more space, for example, you have 2 of these vegetable tubs, you can actually go ahead and grow your own lettuce. Over here I got 1 lettuce that is regrowing. It's I already cut it off, but it just started to regrow again. I don't think it's like really gonna be that big or tasty, but yeah, we'll see what comes out of it. It already takes like 3 months or some shit to let this guy get to this size after I picked it, so I don't think it's gonna grow any further really. But if you can probably like plant around 4 in this bed, maybe 6 in that bed I have over there. And they also take about like, depending on the season, I got 1 to 2 months of time or so that it takes per like lettuce to grow to their full size. But if you don't have enough room, you can actually just let him grow to like baby radishes, which is actually also pretty fine, but just a little bit less big. And yeah, they grow pretty big, so they get like this kind of big ass crop, which is just huge. But if you let them grow in these small containers, like these pots, they won't grow as big and they won't grow as good as the ones that you grow over here. These ones, they were really nice and really big. So I would just recommend, if you were growing them, to plant them in these kind of like tubs, right? Not in these pots. But yeah, that was it. I hope that you are going to plant one of these vegetables if you're planning on planting some, because they're really good vegetables to grow as a beginner. Of course, you can grow pumpkins, squash, these kind of things, but like they of course give a lot of crops, but you need more room for them to grow. So they are okay per plant. They might give quite a good like weight per plant, like weight as in like kilograms, right, or pounds per plant. They give a lot of kg vegetable per pound, like per plant, but they also take a lot of room. They're taking over my garden literally. So as a beginner, that's a lot of work to like maintain them, and you need to pick your leaves because some get diseases. Like especially now, I need to pick your leaves because some get like white spots, and that's just not what you want as a beginner. So just keep it easy at the start, and if it works, if you're actually able to get loads of vegetables, because you can with these vegetables you can get a load of them. Like I'm talking 30 radishes a week from literally like 1 meter or so of space. Like it's insane. But yeah, with that, I will end the video. Bye.